Good morning, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with a tropical update. Friday morning, September 3rd, 2010. Continuing to watch Hurricane Earl. Hurricane Earl is now passing about 85 miles east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Maximum sustained winds at 105, which makes it a Category 2 hurricane. Minimum central pressure 955 millibars. So overnight the pressure has risen from about 948 to 955, so that slow weakening continues with Earl. We're at 35.3 north, 74 west. So here we go. This is the official forecast track by the National Hurricane Center. I don't see any changes really need to be made to this at this time. Pretty straightforward track right now. Hurricane Earl will get close to the Cape overnight tonight. Probably passing about 50 to 75 miles east of the Cape. So hurricane force winds could clip Nantucket Island and possibly extreme eastern Cape Cod overnight tonight. The wind field will also be expanding as it passes New England here, as it starts to get towards that extratropical transition. And we could see a pretty large swath of tropical storm force winds, especially across Maine and possibly eastern New Hampshire and eastern Massachusetts as we go through the overnight tonight into Saturday morning. And an eventual landfall looks to be right around the southern tip of Nova Scotia here, possibly as a Category 1 hurricane or a tropical storm. But again, it'll be starting to undergo extratropical transition in here, so we should see a wide swath of winds up in this area, especially tropical storm force winds. Along the mid-Atlantic coast here, from southeastern Virginia all the way up to the Jersey Shore. Again, not big effects from Earl. This is going to be mainly a coastal event. We could still see some tropical storm force wind gusts right along the coast today. And then basically a surf event, coastal event with some minor coastal flooding, beach erosion, rough surf, rough seas. Possibly 1 to 2 foot surge along the coast here today, and then rainfall possibly 1, maybe 2 inches right along the coast here. I'll show you the radar in a minute, and there's a pretty quick dividing line between rain and no rain that'll occur today, and most of the rainfall will be along the coast, probably east of the 95 corridor today. And again, same thing for Long Island. Little more wind along eastern Long Island, extreme eastern Long Island, and eastern extreme southeastern coast of Connecticut, and of course the coast of Rhode Island. So that's where we'll see our big effects as we go through the day today. Here's the satellite view this morning. You can see the ice starting to go away on the satellite view now as Earl continues to slowly weaken. Again, Cape Hatteras breathing a sigh of relief. The Outer Banks, as they escape the big winds of Earl, pretty much stayed offshore, and this is continuing on that north-northeast motion. And we could widen it out a little bit, and you could see this is the forecast track. Don't see much changes to it. Should see a Category 2, slow weakening today as we go through the day. We'll see those winds start to come down, and then as it passes to the east of Cape Cod tonight, we should see a Category 1 storm, and then from there on starting to get down to a tropical storm. Like I said, Category 1 tropical storm as it gets towards Nova Scotia. Okay, here's the radar, and these are where the strongest winds now are located, right along the Outer Banks. I'm seeing wind gusts 50 to 60 miles an hour out there right now this morning. The core of the hurricane's way out here. Haven't seen any official forecast gusts to hurricane force overnight, so not sure if we ever even got any along the Outer Banks. We'll have to see the official reports come in as we go along. Here's I-95 corridor. You can see pretty much anywhere along it and west of it, not much rain right now, and anything east, there's the rain. Close in a little bit here, and again, here's 95 right here. So from Washington to Richmond, that's the dividing line between rain and no rain, really. Anything west of there, not seeing as much rain today. Looking at Virginia Beach right now, we're getting wind gusts to about 35 miles an hour. So this band right in here, this is where the tropical storm force wind gusts are, right in here. So this will kind of creep up the coast this morning and into this afternoon. So again, the highest winds will be confined to right along the coast here. And I'll just bring this up a little bigger here. Again, this is where the tropical storm force winds are, right here. So as this moves north-northeast, they're going to kind of clip the coast right here. Probably from Atlantic City southward, probably might see a tropical storm wind gust. Anything north of there, I'm not sure if we're going to see any here along the rest of the coast of Jersey here today. And again, the dividing line between rain and no rain is going to ride right along the 95 corridor. So from Washington to Baltimore to Philly, not going to see as much rain today as you folks along the coast. And again, here's that wind field, and you can see it's starting to expand a little bit. As this storm moves north, this wind field is going to expand, especially in the east and south portion of the storm here. But even the north and west will expand a little bit. So here's those gusts, like I said, along the Outer Banks here. They've been running about 50 to 60 miles an hour. And again, the tropical storm force winds will just hug right along the coast today as this moves north here. And again, wind shear, we're looking at around, 15 to 20 near the storm. And it does expand as it gets farther north. And this is where it'll really start to weaken and then transition into an extratropical system. And here's the models. Again, no gaps in UK Med have been the close farthest east. The rest of the models are all right out here about 75 to 100 miles east of Cape Cod. And then again, all pointing to eventual landfall near Nova Scotia by Saturday morning. And GFS real quick, no real changes to the GFS. This is this afternoon. Again, keeping the core off the coast. Again, tropical storm force winds right along the extreme coast here of the mid-Atlantic. We'll see if we actually get some. We might see a few, like I said, but other than that, this is just mainly a coastal event for those folks. And then tonight, again, passing about 50 to 75 miles east of Cape Cod, and then tropical hurricane force winds, especially in gusts. Definitely Nantucket will probably see some, and then maybe extreme eastern Cape Cod we'll have to see there, and then tropical storm force winds farther west. And then again, here's the eventual landfall Saturday morning, southern tip of Nova Scotia. Looking ahead here, this is the Euro model. We don't have Gaston anymore. He has dissipated at the moment. He's just a remnant low. But a lot of the models are forecasting him to come back. Environment's better again. That dry air has been really sitting along the eastern Atlantic here. But as it moves west, a little better environment. And you can see it has eventually Gaston coming back to life. And again, moving just north of the islands here, or across the northeastern leewards. And again, the pattern's changing where we're going to get our subtropical high here, our Azore Bermuda high, to really build in a little stronger here. So we have to watch Gaston down the road. This would be like midweek if he does threaten any part of the Leeward Islands. And then this could come farther west, maybe even scoot into the Caribbean, or maybe north of the Caribbean. But then we really have to watch him down the road. What else we have? Here's Fiona, Tropical Storm Fiona, fairly weak, 50 miles an hour. It's kind of going to weaken a little bit the next 24 to 48 hours. So we should have a weak tropical storm moving over Bermuda. Nothing that they can't handle. There are tropical storm warnings out for them. So that'll be for overnight tonight into Saturday morning. And then here's Fiona real quick. Pretty much a sheared system here. Not seeing much convection around the center as Earl's outflow has really sheared her to the south. And then the bigger view here, there's Earl going up the coast. Here's Fiona, and you can see Earl's outflow really shearing Fiona. So Fiona's not going to be much, and it'll probably, once it gets near Bermuda and north of Bermuda, it's just going to kind of dissipate. And here was Gaston. Still a little twist to the clouds here. Seeing a little convection trying to fire up. What's going to happen here? We have this Tut feature moving south again here. So this is actually going to be favorable for Gaston, because as this moves south and west, this Tut feature, we're going to have an upper high start building over Gaston. So as Gaston moves west, well, former Gaston, artist formerly known as Gaston, whatever you want to call him, as he moves west, that dry air will kind of go away, and we're going to have an anticyclone building over him. So I think Gaston's going to come back. Just give it a few days. We're going to see him come back. And then another area of interest moving off the African coast here. Again, we're going to have to watch this guy. Still a lot of dry air around here, but as it moves west, we'll have to watch that as well. So that's it for today. That's my tropical update. I may have another quick update later tonight on the progress of Earl. If not, have a nice day, and stay safe out there, especially along the Mid-Atlantic and New England coast later today. And I will have another update for you guys, like I said, either later tonight or tomorrow morning. And listen to liveweatherblogs.com. We have you covered for all the latest on Hurricane Earl. Take care.